Hey, hi friends, welcome to today's video. So today we are going to discuss about decorator design pattern. Now if you see the definition, it says that this design pattern allows behavior to be added to an individual object dynamically without affecting the behavior of other object of same class. Now let's try to understand this with a simple real-time examples. Like we all go to ice cream shops or cake shops or Domino's, pizza shops, any shop. Let's take the example of that you are going to ice cream shops. Now, if you see that in ice cream you have multiple base options, like you can a vanilla ice cream or a butterscotch ice cream. So there are lots of flavor, right? And then on top of that, any base flavor, what you can decide that what size of cone you require, like a smaller, medium, or larger cone, what type of toppings you required. Okay, let's say that you want some chocolate flavor, and that's the way you can modify your basic ice cream on multiple layer based on what likes you most, whether you like a chocolate sprinkles, you like some sort of gel, like let's say that I want a blueberry flavor. So that all thing you can add on top of your a normal ice cream. And what will happen once you add all those different toppings, your final price is going to change, right? Now this, if you try to break down this problem, so you have your base ice cream, and then you had multiple decoration for it. Let's say that the chocolate sprinkle was one other decoration, having a blueberry gel was another decoration. Okay, choosing the size was another decoration. So based on that, your final price is calculated. Okay, so now if you try to read the definition, that allows behavior to be added to an individual object. And what is your individual object in that case? That ice cream. Okay, and that's also without affecting the behavior of other objects from the same class. That means this all decorator are in acting individually. Like how, if you just see the sequence, like let's say that if I ordered a ice cream, what will happen? They will ask what is the cone size. So if you asked, okay, I need a larger, he will go and take the large cone, put the ice cream, whatever the base flavor you want, and then yeah, they will ask you what decoration you want. Chocolate sprinkle. Now the ice cream will go to the chocolate sprinkle, and then the chocolate sprinkle will be added on the same ice cream, right? Now if you want some other gel, then the same ice cream will now go to the gel section, and then some gel will be added on top of it. So that this decorator pattern is actually modifying your object and then adding some sort of extra features on top of it. Okay, now let's try to understand this with a real-time implementation. Let's say that you have a cake shop. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to have a cake interface here. Now let's say that a cake has two basic property. One will be the name, and the other will be the price. Okay, or you can say yeah, price. Okay, I can make it double so that it can have a decimal value also. Okay, so in an actual ice cream shop, you will have lots and lots of flavor. Like you will have red velvet, you will have cheesecake, you will have black forest. But these two property will be common for all these cakes, right? So let's say that I'm just creating two type of cakes. Let's say the first cake is of type of red velvet, and this conforms to this protocol, and now it will implement these two property. Okay, so now if I confirm, so it will return me the name. So let's say that the cake name is red velvet. Okay, and then we have the price. Let's say that the price is for the cake is 1000. Now my red velvet class is ready. Similarly, I can have multiple cakes. I'm not going to create all of them when I don't know the name of all types of cakes available. So let's just create one more, that is a cheesecake. Okay, I love cheesecake by the way. And here I can return the name as cheesecake, and let's say the price is 1200. Okay, now these are the basic cakes that are available in that shop. I went to shop and I love cheesecake, so I will order the cheesecake. Okay, so let's say that how can I order? Let's say cheesecake, and I confirm this to a type of cake, and then just initiate this object. Okay, and now if you print, you can get the name of the cheesecake and the price of the cheesecake, right? No doubt up to here. So this is how you can create an object of your cheesecake. So name and price, and if I run it, it will print me cheesecake and the price we are setting it to 1200. Okay, so that's the basic cake. Now let's say that if I want to add some sort of decorator, like some sort of sprinkles, let's say that a chocolate sprinkles. Okay, now one condition, one way how you can do that, you can put a condition here that add chocolate sprinkles. But what the problem will happen that you have to again put a condition that whether the user want to buy or not to buy, and that will unnecessarily complex your classes, right? So we want to keep those functionality separately, and that's where the decorator design pattern comes into the picture. So what I will do, I'll create another class and call it as let's say choco sprinkles decorator. Okay, and this class will also conform to the same cake protocol. Okay, now once it confirms, it has to implement it. Okay, now as you see in this definition also, and what I was talking, that the person who is making the cake for you, he will take that cake to the section where there is actually the decorator, and then he will put that decorator, or anyway he can bring that decorator, but he will use the same cake what cake you bought here, right? The same cake. That means that this class should know about the cake object. Here what can I do, I can create a init method here which can take of type of cake, not a cheesecake, because this sprinkles can be put on cheesecake also, can be put on red velvet. It's not like that I have to put just on the cheesecake. So instead of creating an instance of a concrete class, I'll create an instance of my protocol. Okay, so let me pass the cake here. So now, sorry, so now I have the cake object here in my decorator. Okay, and now what decorator will do, decorator will decorate the cake with chocolate. And what will the result, the result will be that the price of this cake will increase because any toppings will cost you extra, right? So now I have to increase the pricing after my topping has been done. Okay, so what I will do, I'll increase the price from here, and what I can do, let's say that the price of this decoration was 50 rupees. So I can do cake dot price plus 50. So I'm increasing the cost of this cake by 50. Okay, after doing this decoration. And you can also modify the name if you want. If you don't want, you can just keep the name same. So in this case, let's say that I just want to keep the name as same, so I'll just return cake dot name. Okay, and now my choco sprinkles decorator is ready. So it's taking instance of the cake and then decorating it and then increasing the add-on prices on top of that object. Okay, so if you see your root class, your concrete class, these are not changed even if you are introducing a new decorator, you are introducing a new kind of functionality. Okay, so this helps you in writing more cleaner code. Okay, as to add a functionality, you are not changing your existing thing. Let's say that if you are writing the test cases, you don't need to disturb your test cases here. You can write the test cases for this class, the new class that you are introducing. Right, now let me do one thing. Let me just copy and paste it and create one more decorator. For example, I'll call it as add name decorator. Let's say that adding the name on the cake is also a top up and you have to pay extra for it. Okay, and in this case the price will be increased by 100, and you also want to change the name of the cake with the name. Let's say that the final bill has to show something, a name kind of feature also. So you can even modify this if you want. So let's say that I want to modify this, that added name. So what I will do, I'll just call with custom name. Okay, something like this. Now this decorator is also ready and this decorator is also ready. Now how can we use this decorator? Because if you see, your red velvet or your cheesecake is not directly talking with this decorator class, right? So what we can do, let's say that now I have this cheesecake ready, so let me just give a boundary here, so something like this. And now what I want to do, I want to add, let's say first choco sprinkle decorator, right? So where choco sprinkle cake equals to, I'll use this decorator instance and then see what we have to pass. We have to pass cake, and we want to pass the existing cheesecake that we created, because we want to decorate the same cake. We don't want to create a new cake, right? So now this object will have the top up, and now I'll use the same print and see what it prints. So I'm expecting that the price in this case will change, because after decoration we are increasing the price by 50. So if you run it again, it will print you cheesecake 1200 and then cheesecake 1250. So you are adding one top up. Similarly, you can add as many as feature you want. So let me just add the one more which I have created, that is add name. Okay, and again see here, now you have two objects. You have your cheesecake and you have your choco sprinkle cake. So here if you pass the cheesecake, then you will lose the choco sprinkle property, right? Like it's always like when you are adding the top up on your cakes, it's not like that he is going to make a new cheesecake. It's the same cake which will go further down the level to add more and more properties to it. So here I can do, I can call this as name cake for example, and then here instead of passing the cheesecake, I'll pass choco sprinkle cake, right? Now let me print it again, and now you can see the price further got increased, and we are also changing the name in that case here, so the name is also changing. Okay, so that's the way how you can use your decorator pattern to write more cleaner code. It is more used in the projects where you want to have more custom optimization based on different customers, like you have to add some more values based on what user is choosing, then these patterns base suits to you. In common implementation, I can say extension is one of the place which acts like a decorator design pattern, because if you see the functionality of extensions, let's say that if I am writing extension on top of a string, then what you are actually doing, you are adding some functionality which is available to all the string object, right? And you can access it from anywhere, and you haven't went to the actual implementation of your string class which is done inside the Apple framework and change it there. You just write on top of it, right? So that is one example of where decorator pattern is used, and then there are many use cases which you can use based on your requirement in your project. Okay, so hope you have understood this decorator design pattern, and if you have really enjoyed watching this video, then please do subscribe the channel. Thanks for watching. Thank you.